friends, welcome back to my sewing room. My name is Becca, and in today's video we're going to look at the June 2022 Sew Yeah Basics box. This is a monthly sewing subscription box that, as of the recording of this video, is sold out. But there's cancellations that happen, and so if you see this and you want to hop on the Sew Yeah Basics box bandwagon, you can go over to their website, SEWBECCA.com, find their email address, their phone number, give them a call, drop them an email, tell them you want to be put on the wait list. That way, if a cancellation happens, you are next in line to snag one up. Snag? Probably should have said snatch. The thing that I really love about the Sew Yeah Basics box is that it is a monthly project box curated entirely with basic fabric. They showcase a different basic line every month from some of the top fabric manufacturers across the country. And this month, they're showcasing some batiks, which if you've been around my channel for a minute, you know I love some batik fabric. So here's what the box looks like. It's pretty basic. We'll open her up and we've got some documentation on top and all of our fabric, which we'll get to in just a minute. Right on top of the box, we have some documentation. We have a letter from the guys that talks all about the items that are inside the box and why they chose them, but we also have a dad joke, a sticker, and 2 QR codes. Those QR codes, you can scan them with your smartphone, and one will take you to their online store at SewYaQuilting.com, and the other one will load the Basics box video for June 2022. Man, I can't talk today. That video is important to keep track of because it has a wonderful exclusive interview with the designer of the fabric line that we're about to see here in a minute. But it also has a tutorial led by Rami for the big project and a tutorial led by Zach for the smaller project. And in the description box of that video are links to pattern downloads for both of those projects. So don't lose the QR code, or at very least, bookmark the video to come back to later. I feel like the Longhorn thing has been a thing on the D-Stash for a while with Sew Yeah. Every so often they show a large cut of fabric that features Longhorns, and somehow the Longhorn made it onto this month's sticker. We have a vinyl sticker from Sew Yeah Quilting, and it's got a Longhorn on it. It's very Western themed. I didn't buy any of the Longhorn fabric for a reason, so this sticker is not my favorite, but that's okay because they're not going to make a sticker that pleases everybody 100% of the time. I've gotten 5 other stickers that I absolutely love. They give us these little business cards that have a dad joke on them, and they're always like knee slappers, totally dad jokes. See what you think of this one. It says, a guy walks into a bar, and on the back, he was disqualified from the limbo competition. What did you think? Was that a good dad joke? I have to remember that one. Before I show you the fabric, I want to show you the extra notion that we got this month. It's a seam ripper. This is a razor style seam ripper. You expose the blade over here. It's kind of like a saw, and you use it to slice through a seam. In fact, I bet I can show that to you. The way I use these is I expose the seam, kind of rip the first couple stitches away, and then I fold it just a little bit like this. And I like to do this away from me because I was always taught never to cut towards you. And then I put the blade in between the 2 pieces of fabric, and I just kind of lift it right up under the stitches and slice or saw a little bit as I go. And then I have my seam ripped. These work really well. I don't feel like you need a lot of tension on them, but I don't find them to be any easier to use than a traditional seam ripper. The one thing I will say about the seam ripper is it can wear another hat and work as a box cutter or a package opener. So that's nice. Multi-purpose. Let me show you the fabric that we got this month. The guys write, throughout our time in this industry, we've searched high and low for the best quality of quilting fabric. We've made no exception when it comes to our choice of batiks fabric. Anthology Batiks, also known as Wyndham Fabrics, is top-notch when it comes to quality and customer satisfaction. We have been very blessed to work with Anthology to bring you this month's basic box. Inside your box, you will find 9 vibrant fat quarters and 1 yard of a coordinating white background. With how bright this collection is, we just couldn't let the thread go unnoticed and have added Aurifil color number 2250, which can definitely hold its own. This is a large spool of 50 weight cotton thread. I love Aurifil for all of my piecing needs, and these spools pack a lot of thread on them. Feel like you could use this to do all of your piecing and perhaps even your quilting. I am really excited to see batiks featured in our basics box, and I couldn't wait to see what project they had waiting for us. There are 2 projects in that tutorial. The first is a lovely quilt that Raimi teaches. I absolutely love that quilt, but I'll be honest, when I peeked into the box and I immediately saw the red batiks, that's not what I thought I was going to do with it. The second project looks like a lot of fun too. Zach leads that one, and it's kind of like this 2-tone table runner, and that looks like it will use the leftover fabric and scraps from our main project. When I opened the box and I saw this fabric for the first time, I immediately did not think I was going to do the project that Raimi walked us through. And here's why. Early on in the series of Friends, Monica's apartment has this beautiful red and white blanket that is draped over the chair in her front room. And I love it. It's very simple. There are large squares alternating red and white, so it's kind of got this checkerboard effect. And I've always had it in my mind that I want to recreate that. And when you look at that blanket, it actually has a little bit of movement or a little bit of texture to the fabric. And so I feel like a red batik and a white or a cream batik would be perfect to make that quilt. So when I saw red and white batiks in my box, I was over the moon. I was beyond excited because I thought I could use this to get started on my Monica quilt. But after looking at all of these lovely fat quarters, which are lovely, by the way, I feel like they're a little too orangey. There's only a couple of colors in here that I might consider for my Monica quilt. It would either be this fabric, which is very close to this one next to it, or this one. But this one I feel like is too light and this one is too dark, and I would want to see something kind of in the middle of it. Maybe like this, but not as brown. Does that make sense? Having a hard time finding the right color. So for that reason, I'm not going to use this fabric to make my Monica quilt, but that was what I had in mind when I originally got the box and why I'm delayed on doing my unboxing. I thought it would be really cool to end the video with, oh my goodness, I finally got my Monica quilt, and just like flash the finished quilt, because they're just squares sewn together in a red, white orientation. But after closer inspection of these batiks, this isn't the fabric for that quilt. I am really excited to have these fabrics though, and I think the quilt that Raimi taught should be a very easy, very quick sew, and the table runner, the bonus project that Zach showed, should be fun as well. That's everything for the June 2022 unboxing for the So Yeah Basics box, friends. Thank you so much for diving into the contents with me. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave me a comment down below, all of those things. But most importantly, come on back next month to see what the guys send us in July. I'll see you guys all then.